Hello, and welcome to Federal Flash. I'm Lindsay Dworkin, and I'm joined by Nikki McKinney. While President Trump has been out of the country on foreign travel, his White House on Tuesday released its full budget proposal for the fiscal year beginning October 1. The following day, Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos testified before a House subcommittee to answer questions about the president's education budget. Before diving into Secretary DeVos's hearing, let's turn to Nikki for what was in the budget proposal.
Thanks, Lindsay. The President's budget for the U.S. Department of Education proposes major shifts in funding priorities. Overall, discretionary funding for the department, excluding Pell Grants, would be cut by $5.3 billion, or roughly 12%. Programs both large and small were on the chopping block. Title I grants to states were cut by $578 million, special education was cut by $112 million, and $2.1 billion for teacher training and reduced classroom size was eliminated entirely, as were some smaller, very popular programs, such as those to support after-school enrichment and literacy. Despite lip service by the President and Secretary DeVos about the importance of investing in career and technical education, even that program saw a 15% cut. In response to Trump's budget proposal, Alliance for Excellent Education President Bob Wise said, quote, "I can understand why President Trump wanted to be overseas when he released a budget slashing education at home," end quote.
Where did the administration propose investing more resources, you may ask? Well, the answer is simple: school choice. $1 billion, yes, that's billion with a B, would be designated for furthering options for children to unlock success, or focus grants to promote public school choice. $250 million increase for the Education Innovation and Research Program for competitive awards for scholarships for students from low-income families to attend the private school of their parents' choice. And charter schools would get a nearly 50% increase in funding, from $342 to $500 million. These programs and many others were raised during the Secretary's hearing. For more on that, let's turn back to Nikki.
During the hearing, Republicans were generally supportive of the Secretary and the underlying intent of the budget, but expressed concerns over some of the cuts. Here's what Subcommittee Chairman Cole, a Republican from Oklahoma, had to say. Once questioning began, things got heated quickly. Tensions were particularly high during multiple exchanges about the federal role in protecting students from discrimination, particularly in cases where taxpayer dollars are used to send students to private schools, as outlined in the budget. Democrats became increasingly frustrated as DeVos danced around these questions, constantly pivoting back to her support for parental choice and local decision-making. It's important to remember that the President's budget proposal is just that, a proposal. Ultimately, Congress will make the final funding decisions. Chairman Frelinghuysen, chair of the full Appropriations Committee, made that clear in Secretary DeVos's hearing.
Finally, according to a memo obtained by the media outlet Politico, Secretary DeVos established a 15-person steering committee to make recommendations about how the department should reorganize and cut the agency's workforce in the coming years. The formation of the committee is in response to an executive order signed by President Trump regarding the reorganization of the executive branch. That's all for now. For an email alert when the next episode of Federal Flash is available, email us at alliance@allfored.org. Thanks for watching.
Federal Flash is the Alliance for Excellent Education's video series on important developments in education policy in Washington, D.C. in 5 minutes or less.